Hey, SAC fans, and welcome to another edition of the SAC Daily Dose. I'm Christian Stryker, and here's your Daily Dose for Monday, October 14th. Sorry we're a little bit later today. Been a little busy this morning, but hopefully everybody has had their Monday off to a great start and that their week's going well. We're going to give you a brief rundown of things that happened over the weekend, as well as talk about a couple of players of the week and some national rankings. So get started here. We had our Week 6 Players of the Week for football and volleyball were announced earlier today. We're going to start with volleyball as Queens' Casey Tarvin was named the Player of the Week, and Anderson's Emily Conlon was named the Specialist of the Week. Tarvin is a junior outside hitter. She helped lead Queens to a 2-0 record this week. She had 20 kills and 17 digs in a 5-set win over Anderson. Then she had 13 kills and 18 digs against Newberry. This is the first time that she has won Player of the Week this year. And then Conlon gets her third Player of the Week honor Specialist of the Week honor this year. She had a pair of double-doubles this week, averaging nearly 50 assists and 18 digs per match. She put up 48 assists and 15 digs, along with 2 service aces on the road against Catawba, and then she had 51 assists and 21 digs against Queens. She averaged 11 assists per set this week. So congratulations to both Casey and Emily, and outstanding weeks winning our AstroTurf Volleyball Players of the Week. Over in football, we had Lenore Ryan's running back, Amin Stevens, winning Offensive Player of the Week. Carson Newman linebacker Rondro Peebles was named Defensive Player of the Week, and Carson Newman kicker Nate Kraft was named Special Teams Player of the Week. Stevens had a career-high 3 rushing touchdowns against Lenore Ryan in Lenore Ryan's 38-14 win over Tusculum. They can't play themselves. That doesn't work. He ran for a season-high 112 yards on 19 carries, averaging 5.9 yards per carry. Over on the defensive side of things, Rondro Peebles picked up his second Defensive Player of the Week honor this season, as he had 10 tackles, including 4 solo tackles and a tackle for a loss in the Eagles' 59-14 win over Catawba. And then on the special teams side of things, which were outstanding for the Eagles, by the way, in addition to Nate Kraft's phenomenal week kicking, the Eagles also had 2 kickoff returns for 95 and 93 yards, respectively. Those highlights are online if you check out Carson Newman's social media. Those guys were flying. But back to Nate Kraft here. Freshman from Salem, Virginia, scored 11 points for the Eagles in their win over Catawba. He was a perfect 8 for 8 on extra points. He also had a 29-yard field goal, a 53-yard punt, and he blasted 8 of his 10 kickoffs into the end zone for touchbacks. This is the first special teams honor for Kraft this season. So congratulations to all 3 of those guys on winning AstroTurf Football Players of the Week. As I said, we have a couple national rankings to talk about. Well, actually just one. A couple of teams, to be more specific, as Lenore Ryan and Wingate are both ranked in the AFCA. That's the American Football Coaches Association National Division II poll. Lenore Ryan holding strong for the 6th week in a row at number 8, and Wingate continuing to move up as they are now number 13 after their win over Limestone. Both teams are 6-0. They are tied for the lead in the SAC currently. And Carson Newman also received votes. They are 5-1 and are just outside the top 25, but had another phenomenal week as they are knocking on the door at Wingate and LR for the top of the conference standings. A couple of big games coming up this week. Lenore Ryan versus Carson Newman. That'll be a big one on Saturday, and Wingate and Pembroke. And then the following week we'll have Wingate and Lenore Ryan, and that will pretty much, the assumption would be that would determine the conference champion, depending on how LR and Carson Newman do this weekend. So a couple of great weeks of football coming up here in the SAC. Jumping to the other football, let's talk about some soccer here really quick, as we are right around the halfway point of the season. Just about 5 or 6 matches, depending on the team, left. And currently, Carson Newman on the men's side is leading things. They're 4-1-1, have 13 points. Wingate is 3-2-1, along with Lenore Ryan. They are in second, 10 points apiece. Coker, Newberry, and Queens all have 9 points. Coker's at 3-2, as well as Queens at 3-2, and Newberry's at 3-3. Anderson, Lincoln Memorial, Tusculum all have 7 points. Anderson 2-3-1, and Lincoln Memorial 2-2-1, as well as Tusculum being 2-2-1. Tusculum picking up a big win over Wingate yesterday on both the men's and women's side. Rounding out the standings on the men's is Catawba at 6 points. They're 2-3. Mars Hill in last 0-5. Over in the women's side of things, we've got a trio of teams locked at first place, all at 5-1. That's Lenore Ryan, Wingate, and Carson Newman all have 15 points. Catawba, the lone team there in fourth, they have 10 points at 3-1-1. Then you've got Anderson at 3-3 with 9 points, and then Queens, Lincoln Memorial, Tusculum all with 6 points apiece at 2-3 records. Newberry, Mars Hill, and Coker round out the bottom half of those standings. And looking over one more standing to go over, as we are at the halfway point for that as well, and that is the South Atlantic Conference Carolinas field hockey standings. Currently, Queens 6-1 in conference play. Newberry is 6-2 in second. Belmont Abbey 5-2 in third. Limestone 5-3 in fourth. Coker 3-4 in fifth. And then we've got Mount Olive and Converse rounding things out at 1-7 and 1-8. So that gives you just kind of a quick rundown of how things are shaping up here as we get ready to hit the kind of the last push in the last few weeks here as we get ready for conference tournament season here in the next month. So lots of exciting action that will be coming your way over the next few weeks. We are just 2 weeks out from the conference cross-country championships. Our South Atlantic Conference men's and women's cross-country championships will be coming your way from Wingate University on October 26th. We will have some live streaming of that action as well as live results on our website. So go ahead and mark that down if you can't make it to watch those. The women are going to race first. That'll be at 9 a.m., followed by the men at 10:15 on the 26th at Wingate. So that's going to kind of do it for me today. That's going to bring us to our favorite, the famous sports quote. Today, mine comes from Mia Hamm. I'm building a fire, and every day I train, I add more fuel. At just the right moment, I light the match. Thought that was pretty neat as we hit the final push here the last month of the season for our fall sports. They're building that fire, adding a little more fuel, and then they're going to light the match at just the right moment. Pretty neat. Hopefully you enjoyed watching us today, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Check us out on IGTV as well as YouTube. And for all the latest stories, results, and everything, don't forget to check out our website at thesac.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.